bring in Joe Concha, Fox News contributor. Joe, doesn't this play right into Republican messaging, i.e., fire Pelosi?
Is very motivating, I'm sure, Todd, for some folks to get out if that is the added incentive. But you see the Democratic message now, right? You have to vote in this election because democracy is at stake. They don't have the bumper sticker on all the things people really, really care about: inflation and crime and the border and education. And the Democratic Party, by the way, has a leader right now in the Oval Office that's 79 years old, with an impossibly light work schedule, by the way. A 71-year-old Senate Majority Leader in Chuck Schumer, and as Todd just mentioned, or excuse me, as Griff just mentioned, an 82-year-old or will be 82-year-old House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who, speaking of numbers, by the way, is at 33% approval in the Real Clear Politics average, so not exactly running on great numbers either. Look, the party needs to get younger, as in born after black and white TV was a thing younger, and Nancy Pelosi embodies everything about the swamp, existing to hold on to her power and little else, because how else can you explain what she has done to help the people in her home district of San Francisco? Skyrocketing crime, drugs, homelessness, and you almost never hear her talk about it, talk about actual solutions. And by the way, you can save the tape. She's not going to be Speaker of the House. A red tsunami is coming that's going to sweep her out with about 40 to 50 seats to spare. And the squad wing of the party, they're going to ensure that she will not even be House Minority Leader after taking such a shellacking, Carly.
This is also not welcome news to a lot of Democrats. Here is CNN contributor Bakari Sellers. Listen to what he had to say.
I firmly believe that it's time for new leadership in the House Democratic Caucus. I think it's time for new leadership throughout the Democratic Party. Not only do we have to get younger, but we have to be more vibrant, and we have to have bigger and bolder ideas to bring in a new generation of voters. There comes a time, whether or not you're Nancy Pelosi or whether or not you're, Tom Brady, that sometimes you have to hang up the cleats when it comes to, being leader of your particular party or leader of your organization.
So, Joe, does that comment show the divide within the Democratic Party?
Oh, completely, right? Bakari Sellers is probably a good 40 years younger than Nancy Pelosi, and people just don't want to see the same old leadership that has failed over the last year, by the way. Can we please stop with the Pelosi-Brady comparisons? Brady's won 7 Super Bowls. He has a history of winning on a consistent basis. You tell me how many wins Nancy Pelosi has had lately, win valuable prizes.
Yeah, I just think nobody likes this other than Nancy Pelosi herself and Republicans. This is a campaign ad. It writes itself. Something everybody loves is ice cream. Some people love it a little bit too much, and it really shows how out of touch they are. Joe Biden, of course, grabbing ice cream to highlight economic growth. Look, isn't this a complete failure to read the room? I mean, people are struggling to put actual nutritional food on their table to feed their families, and this guy's going out to a shishi ice cream restaurant to be like, look, the economy's great. Not reading the room, right, Joe?
Yeah, Pyro. And White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked yesterday why the president had an almost non-existent schedule yesterday, and even she had trouble spinning the answer. Well, it turns out that going for ice cream on a random Tuesday in winter was a good idea from an optics perspective, because when that optic is juxtaposed with Russian troops amassing on the border of Ukraine, as you mentioned, astronomical gas prices, food prices, home heating prices. And by the way, wouldn't it have been great if a reporter asked him, hey, Mr. President, did you get sprinkles with your ice cream? And he responds, of course I didn't get sprinkles, you stupid son of a bitch. That would have been perfect, but we didn't get that question, unfortunately.
This is part, Joe, of the Biden administration's revamped effort in year 2 to get the president out of the White House, out of Delaware, and hang out with the American people directly. Do you think it's going to work?
Well, I don't think you go to, as Todd described it, a shishi ice cream place a couple blocks down, right, from the White House. I think you've got to get out and speak to the American people in Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia. You got to get out and talk about economic issues, not, again, who gets ice cream in the afternoon in the winter on a Tuesday? I don't think I've ever done it.
Yeah.
Also, we're showing a video of him shopping. Keep in mind, he purchased a Kamala mug. So put those two together, Joe. You got him buying a mug with the face of his vice president.
He bought that sweatshirt for his grandson.
And then also eating ice cream. Meantime, Vladimir Putin is preparing to go to war. He's got to see this and think to himself, boy, I really have no pushback, huh?
I just don't understand who is advising the president in terms of the things that he does on a daily basis or does not do. And you're exactly right. Putin looks at this and says, oh, that's what the American president's doing? Oh, great. So some people have to start getting fired, given the poll numbers. And I think that starts with the White House chief of staff and Ron Klain, when he isn't playing on Twitter, is giving the president profoundly bad advice, if that is the person telling him to do this. If not, then it's, I guess, a Jen Psaki from a communications perspective.
Well, the ice cream he had was salted peanut butter ice cream with chocolate flecks, plus a scoop of blackout chocolate cake on a waffle cone. So he does have good taste in ice cream.
Yeah, again, but people are trying
Joe,
to put food on a table. So, yeah, there you go. Joe, thanks.
Do you call it chocolate chip mint or mint chocolate chip, by the way?
Mint chocolate chip. Is there a debate on that?
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.